The guy calls his homies, you know, and say, oh, you know, like this motherfucker is fighting all crazy. So they all go, it's like 5 GDs go and they start beating this man. Like, I mean, they were beating the fuck out of him where he was just like on the floor. You know, he just finished a fight with this guy. You know, this motherfucker was already bloody. They just start beating the hell out of him. And I'm looking around and nobody's doing anything about it. I mean, they're gonna kill this man. I'm sitting there and I'm just like, man, I could do some shit about it. You know, nobody's doing anything. Like, my reaction, I just went in there and I just started fucking boxing. Just started fighting all these fucking guys. They're fucking, you know, I mean, this guy, if you guys will see him, he has stitches, 3 stitches here, 6 stitches on this side. You know, I mean, he had, you know, broken ribs. And, you know, I'm just like, man, you know, I just remember just jumping in, fucking fighting all these fucking guys, you know, and this guy's looking up at me like, why are you doing that, you know? And the thing is, when you're in jail, I don't know if the paisas stick together, you know, all the Mexican people stick together, you know, and you know, his boys didn't stand up for him. You know, he was just getting beat down. You know, where I had to do something and I fucking saved the man's life. You know, I told him, get up, fucking go to the fucking, you know, go to the guards or some shit. You know, I'm telling him while they're fucking punching me in the back of my head. You know, all these fucking guys are just coming at me, you know. And then he gets up, you know, he fucking gets the guards and everything. And like, you know, afterwards they switched us to another place. I didn't want to get switched. The thing is like, when you get switched to another building, you got to earn your respect all over again. You know, and I was there, I earned my respect, you know what I'm saying? I was there, you know, people were coming to me like, oh, you know, trying to take my fucking lunch. Or they try to take your food, you know, and you just can't let motherfuckers just take your shit like that. You got to be like, motherfucker, you talking to me? Do you know who you talking to? Dude, I was like, man, do you want my fist in your face? You know, I was saying crazy. Like, the ghetto-ness in me just came out. You know, when I was in there, it's like motherfuckers were like stepping up to me and they were like, this motherfucker ain't no pussy. You know, and I was like, hell yeah, I ain't no pussy. You know, I remember when I first came in, you know what they ask you? They ask you, what does they ask you? Oh, what you ride with? I'm looking at them like, what I ride with? I ride with myself. I don't ride with shit, you know? So, you know, they're looking at you, and the thing is like, when you first go in there, mandatory, you have to take a shower, you know? And I'm fucking like, man, fuck, you know? Like, man, I don't want none of these motherfuckers fucking with me while I'm in the shower, because, man, I'm going to kill somebody up in here, you know? I was like, man, you know, but well, let me get back to the story. With this man, oh, I'm sorry, I'm skipping.
Don't worry. You got it.
Okay, with this man was like so grateful that I saved his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, we went to another building. It was a D house, you know. And when I went in there, I had to earn my respect again. You know, I had some gangbangers in there trying to step up to me. You know, and my reputation kind of like flew, you know. They were like, oh, you're the guy that fucked up these guys. And I'm like, yeah, I'm the motherfucking guy. You know? I'm like, y'all don't want to fuck with me, you know. And they were looking at me like, oh, man, you know. So I actually met this one guy named Dominic. He was supposed to be here tonight. He was supposed to perform, but, you know, he's still locked up, you know. But he should be here next Tuesday, you know, and...
next month.
Yeah, next month Tuesday. You know, and when he was in there, he joined the Blackstones. You know, which, you know, I grew around here, and one of the guys that were pressuring him into joining the gang, you know, I helped him out to get out of it. You know, because I had that kind of connection, you know, because they knew who I was from the neighborhood. You know, so he got out of it, you know, and that's one of the guys that had my back, which was so fucking cool. So if I had any drama, he was there. You know, and there was this other guy named Bino, which a couple of people here know, you know, who was in there, you know, who got fucked up. But you know what? He kept standing up and he kept fighting for what he believed. You know, like people in there, they take your shoes, you know, they take your food. You know, it's fucked up. I don't ever want to go back in there. That's what I'm saying. Especially for some shit I didn't do, you know. And then the thing is, my ex-girl comes and visits me. She sees me all fucked up, you know, she's all crying, like, oh, I didn't mean to do this to you. And I'm just like, you know, I'm just looking at her like, look, this is because of you. Look at my face, you know, I had bumps all over my head, had a black eye, you know, and she's looking at me like, why did you defend this guy? Why did you jump in? I told her, because this is the man that I am. I'm not going to let a man die in front of me. That's just how I am. You know? So basically, that's the end of my story. You know, I got other stories, but I'll say it afterwards. But, you know, I mean, I saved the man's life in there, and that's all I wanted to say.